Hey all, today we are doing our final section in this short little chapter. We're doing 10.7, which is distance and midpoint formulas and circles. So it should be pretty straightforward. For distance and midpoint, well, for distance, you're going to want some kind of calculator, because this one you can just plug it in and get an answer. For midpoint, should be kind of simple math, but calculator would be okay. For circles, you don't even need a calculator. It's pretty nice. Okay, well, let's get started. Okay, the distance formula for 2 points is right here, and you have 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2, and the distance between them is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And that's all you do. You fill in your x's, your y's, stick it all in your calculator, and you'll get an answer. Then we have the midpoint of a line segment, and you pretty much are taking those same 2 points and you're averaging. You're adding them together and dividing by 2. It's important to remember that if you're putting them in the calculator, you need to put parentheses around the top. Okay, so let's do an example. We have -3, 7 and 2, -5. So if we make this one y1 and this one x2, y2, then our distance formula says that it is the square root of 2 minus -3 squared plus -5 minus 7 squared. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. So the distance equals, let's do it this way. Second square root, oops, turn it on. Second square root, parenthesis 2 minus -3 would be plus 3 squared plus -5 minus 7 squared, close parenthesis, and our answer is 13. Just that simple. Stick it in the calculator. For the midpoint, you say, okay, this is still an ordered pair, and it's going to be -3 plus 2 all over 2, and 7 plus -5 all over 2. -3 plus 2 is -1, so we get -1/2. 7 plus -5 is +2, divided by 2 is 1. And our final point in this section is circles. The standard form is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And here's where the happy news is. You don't need a calculator. We're just going to be sticking h in here and k right here. HK is the center, and your radius r goes here. And you just fill it in and simplify. So here we go. Write the standard form of the equation of the circle with center -2, 3, and radius of 4. So this one is h, and this one is k, because it's hk. And then we just say x minus -2 squared plus y minus 3 equals 4 squared. We just put in our h, our k, and our r, because the radius is 4. So that's r. Then we simplify. Minus a negative is plus a positive. So x plus 2 squared, oops, plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. And that's our standard form of the equation. Hopefully not too hard. So let's do another one. Again, this is HK and the radius is R. So we go x minus h squared plus y minus negative 6 squared equals 10 squared. X minus 0 is just x, so that's x squared plus y plus 6 squared equals 100. That's all there is to it. We're just filling in for letters. Some of your questions on your homework will give you the standard form equation, and you'll have to graph it. So you'll have to say, this is x minus 2 squared plus y minus negative 4 squared equals 3 squared. So there's our h, there's our k, and there's our r. So our center, remember, is hk, is going to be 2, negative 4, and our radius is going to be 3. And the way you'll graph this is we will say the center is at 2, negative 4, and then our radius is 3. That's 3 points away. So 1, 2, 3. In Math Excel, all you have to do is hit that little button that looks like that, like a little eyeball, and plot the center, and then go the radius away and plot 1, and it'll make this beautiful circle. So you don't have to really make an ugly circle like I'm about to. It's also important to realize that the radius would be 3 this way, 3 this way, 3 this way, or 3 this way. Do not count 3 this way, because that's way outside the circle. Okay, and then we just make that nice little circle. Much better than mine. And that's all there is to it. All right, have a great day. Lines out.